in many great races here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, and things have settled down here just a little bit, but boy, there for a while, we were having some great competition on this track.
Well, of course, you say that. We're still having some great competition. It's a little further back in the pack than it was right there at the front. But these guys are just nose to tail sliding it through here, throwing up dirt. It's fabulous watching this.
Oh, Kyle Petty.
And he takes out Sterling Marlin.
And Mark Martin somehow gets by, and Kyle's going in the wall head on.
Oh. Terrific impact for Kyle Petty.
Boy, that was a big hit.
Crashes in turn 4. It comes as the field was coming down to complete lap number 38. Heavy contact with the wall on the outside by Kyle Petty. He slid across the track and hit Sterling Marlin, and then terrific head-on impact with the inside wall. There is Sterling Marlin's battered machine.
And Sterling is moving around. Big.
Let's take a look from our turn 1 camera as to what happened as Petty.
Exactly the same thing as Jeff Gordon just lost the air in the right front tire. And Sterling Marlin had no place to go. And look at Mark Martin. How he gets by is beyond me. But now Kyle's car, the accelerator I think is hung. He has no brakes. And bam, into the inside wall almost head on.
And from another angle on our camera from the Tower Terrace, the car just shoots straight to the wall.
You guys, I agree with you. That looked like something went down like a tire, and I wonder if that's coming from just all the stuff we're seeing, all the grass, if it's pulling up any gravel off this track, that they're having a tire problem with punctures.
And now from Sterling Marlin's perspective, looking out the back glass, and he was just an innocent victim of Kyle Petty's situation up there in turn number 4. And the safety workers are at the cars of both Sterling Marlin and Kyle Petty.
NASCAR officials are talking to Kyle.
Pit road, of course, is closed. That's exactly where the accident has occurred, at the entrance to the pit area. So we'll return to the Brickyard 400 after this message and a word from our ABC stations. A turn 4 crash has slowed the Brickyard 400 here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Kyle Petty and Sterling Marlin are the drivers involved. The cleanup goes on in the 4th turn as the field has been unable to make pit stops because the cars have come to a rest at the entrance to pit road at the north end of the racetrack. Let's take a look at a couple of more angles and replays of this crash, which looks very, very bad.
Kyle Petty, the 42 car. The car just all of a sudden goes straight like the right front tire lost air, slams the outside wall, and then I think he gets knocked out there. Sterling Marlin comes along, hits him again because the car is awfully fast now. So Kyle is not hitting the brakes. He's not slowing the car down. The car is going on its own, and it looks like the throttle's on because it goes to that wall with so much force. You would have thought that the first lick would have stopped the car, but he still had a tremendous amount of force when he hit the second time.
From another angle now, the car just does not turn. At the apex of turn number 4, the car continues straight. That's Johnny Benson, the leader of the race, ahead. And right there, the car just does not turn. And Petty at this point is along for the ride.
He's a rider.
And he's locked up, but look, he gets hit here. Now it'll turn him back right again. He goes in here and takes a pretty good lick on this next one. Watch here, he's going to go up, hits the wall again, and boy, turns it around. Mark Martin just gets through, and then like you say, Benny, he doesn't slow down at all for that inside wall.
Yeah, I think the throttle is hung on that car.
So we will await medical conditions on both drivers, Sterling Marlin and Kyle Petty.
You're looking down on the area just behind Gasoline Alley. That's Sterling Marlin's car. They're taking a hard look at it. I'm sure they're just taking a look at the damage. Jerry Punch, what's his situation?
Well, fortunately, Sterling's okay. Sterling, good to hear you're not hurt after a pretty hard lick up there. What happened?
I thought Kyle cut a tire down just the exit off 4 and hit the outside wall, and I seen him hitting it and didn't want nowhere to go. He just come straight across, and and we tagged him, and that's about the end of it.
How bad is your car hurt? The whole front end from where we stand looks like it's pretty much sheared away.
Yeah, it knocked all the right front, sheared the headers off and everything, and hit Kyle pretty much behind the left front tire, and looks like he's okay. He was conscious and talking, and I guess it might have sprung his neck or something and hollering about his leg a little bit, but I believe he's okay.
Let's go to the medical compound here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway and get an update on the condition of Kyle Petty. Jerry Punch.
Dr. Henry Bach, director of the Hannah Emergency Medical Center. And Hank, what's the status on Kyle Petty?
Kyle Petty's on his way to Methodist Hospital for x-rays. He came in here, he was awake and alert, complaining of some pain in his left knee and a little bit of chest pain on his right side, but he was never unconscious, and he's in good condition right now, and we'll probably have some results in about 20 minutes of his x-rays.
Thank you very much, Dr. Henry Bach. And by the way, Richard and Linda Petty were up here, Kyle's parents. They got in the car to go to Methodist Hospital, but that is great news considering the ferociousness of that impact in his Pontiac.
Indeed, Kyle hit hard 3 times, actually. The initial impact, and the car spun into the outside wall again, and then probably the worst collision was with the outside wall, or the inside wall, as the throttle apparently hung up on the car. But the good news is that Kyle Petty does not appear to be seriously injured.
And the worst part about that was he was not able to brace himself that third blow because he was flopping around in the car. He had knocked himself silly. He might not have been unconscious, but he was not holding on and braced himself. So he really flung himself against those seat belts when he ran in the inside wall.